My original upload for the day was going to be a first look at RoboCop Rogue City, but I need a little bit more time with that. I realized I was kind of pushing it too fast, and I want the video to be good. So today I wanted to take a look at a piece of news for Batman Arkham that I actually missed, and I thought was really interesting. Now, there is the Arkham Trilogy coming out on Nintendo Switch in the near future. We've already talked about that. I'm personally disappointed with the trajectory of it already, with in some ways, in terms of only Asylum being on the cartridge and having to go through the internet for the rest of it, blah blah blah. But it is still cool that the game is coming to Switch. People are going to be able to play through the Arkham Trilogy if that's the platform they want to play it on, and it does make it more easily portable for people who don't have things like Steam Deck. But what's really cool about this is that from behind the scenes looks all the way to accidental drops, there have been some pieces of news that have come out regarding Arkham and the suits that we thought were going to be the exact same. And it's not just going to affect the Switch. There is actually a pretty big update on the horizon for Batman Arkham Knight, and it looks like it's going to be on all platforms. I know Batman Arkham Videos, which is the channel that actually originally got me interested in the Batman Arkham series, so shout out to them over there. You know, they're very renowned for this. They actually talked about this on Twitter and in some other places. Something that's really cool is there was a big drop on the Epic Games Store for the Robert Pattinson The Batman suit for Batman Arkham Knight. Now, you know, this is on PC, the Epic Games Store on PC, which is interesting because people were like kind of clamoring to see if this was real or not. This was last week, and people were thinking, oh, this is a mod. People are faking this because it was showing up on Twitter. It must be like a clout thing. And a lot of people were kind of doubting it. And then it turned out that there was real footage of people playing with this skin. This was a real thing. And then it got removed from the Epic Games Store very quickly. The textures did not seem finished for it. I don't actually have footage of it. I do have images, though, from Twitter accounts that actually do. So I will show their names and stuff here as well. But I do think this is really interesting because Batman Arkham Videos also talked about this as well, that the Arkham Trilogy for Nintendo Switch is going to reportedly introduce that Robert Pattinson Batsuit to Arkham Knight, and we know it's also coming to the Epic Games Store. So the understanding is essentially that this is a update that is coming to all platforms. I mean, this is a suit that people have asked for a long time, but we kind of thought they just stopped. I mean, it came out in 2015, if we're talking about Arkham Knight. The game had a long life. I mean, people still play it to this day and love it and love to talk about the Batmobile. Okay, I understand. But kind of we were thinking, all right, well, you know, these suits are probably just going to go to modders at this point. I mean, Spider-Man's coming out, it's getting tons of cosmetics, but those are new games. Of course, they're going to be getting new cosmetics. But what about Batman? Well, it's dead. Well, the kick in the pants of both Spider-Man coming out and doing insanely well, along with, you know, a pretty much a perfect storm, I believe, of Suicide Squad getting delayed, and of course Gotham Knights being a bit of a mixed bag, and then also the Arkham Trilogy coming to Switch, it's all kind of come together into this culmination where we are getting essentially a free new suit for the Batman Arkham Knight releases on what looks to be all platforms. It's weird to me, though, that this game never got any kind of enhancements. It never got Xbox Series X enhanced or PS5 enhanced or anything like that. Who knows if that could happen in the future? That would be awesome to see. But the other piece of news that I thought was really cool was something else that was shared online, and it was something that we saw from a look behind the scenes at the Arkham Trilogy running on Nintendo Switch, which appeared to show the Batman and Catwoman skins from Batman Arkham City, the Armored Edition. This is actually a game I would like to take a look at in the future. It is probably the weirdest port of Batman Arkham City. It's the weirdest version of it, because this was a Wii U exclusive version of Batman Arkham City with a couple of unique mechanics. Basically the shock gloves, they don't call them that, but they're pretty much in the game. And then it does have some armored suit variants in the game that were not in anything else. Now, I guess the question is going to be, will these come to other platforms? I don't know. Nobody really knows. but they were shown on a screen when the Nintendo Switch version of Batman Arkham City was being previewed and played behind the scenes. So that's actually really cool to see that at least on the Switch, we are going to be seeing these Wii U costumes come back. Now, everybody argues about these costumes. Most people think they're tacky and bad looking. I still think they're really fun. I'm glad they exist. But again, it's just more cosmetic content for an older game. Now, personally, I don't see them going back to patch this into the PS4 and the Xbox One versions of Return to Arkham City, or the PC version of just Arkham City. I suppose they could. I mean, it's not out of the question considering we are getting this Robert Pattinson suit upgrade, I guess, for a 2015 game in Arkham Knight. It is possible. It just seems a little less likely to me. What it really seems like to me is that what they are going to do is kind of have this be a standout thing to be like, hey, remember Nintendo had this game originally on the Wii U, and look, now we have those costumes back when we re-release the game on the Switch. That's kind of what it's looking like, but either way, it's kind of neat to see something that is probably going to be exclusive content for the Switch, and of course something that it looks like everyone's going to get. So now the questions become, is there going to be any more suits? Are we going to ever see an enhanced version of Arkham Knight on modern platforms? Who knows? I do think people would love to see that. I honestly think that there is a market even for just full price remasters of the Arkham games that are really faithful and done very well, even on modern technology. But, you know, it seems like money's kind of on the table with that franchise and universe that they've just left behind. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm really excited for the Batman suit to come to Arkham Knight. The Trilogy on Nintendo Switch, I'm really torn on if I want to buy or not. Like I said, it's really a mixed bag. If you don't buy it, I'm sure they'll say, see, people don't care about Arkham anymore. But if you do buy it, it's like you're telling them, hey, we don't care if these games are on cart or not. People who just buy digital, I'm sure you don't care either way. So that's probably a different mindset than me. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments down below. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to this channel for more content. I love you all very much. We recently put up a movie review, Five Nights at Freddy's. I'd appreciate it if you check that out. Subscription notifications did not go out for that video for some reason to 99% of you, because I can actually see that in the analytics. And our next upload should be RoboCop Rogue City, Is It Worth Buying? I hope you will check that out as well. Have a fantastic day, and as always, everyone, stay shway.